Welcome to the biggest ever Xbox game sale, featuring hundreds of great deals on games, consoles and accessories. From now until July 30th, you can grab a deal so good you'll be telling your grandchildren about it in years to come. And the story will be passed down through generations, and soon everyone will know the legend of how you saved up to 20% on State of Decay 2. With over 700 discounts, here are our picks of the bunch. Oh, and by the way, if you've got Xbox Live Gold, most of these deals are 10% cheaper. Kicking off Xbox's ultimate game sale is Sea of Thieves, a game rather fittingly all about sailing. Do you see what's happened there? In this pirate MMO, you'll steer a ship through lovely weather and explore tropical islands, though unlike my experience of summer right now, there's thankfully less mosquitoes. Instead, you'll find 4-player online ship manning as you buy treasure maps, venture off to uncharted lands, fight skeletons with muskets and cutlasses and screaming, and haul back those riches to sell, with the aim of buying fancy new threads and cool new looks for your customizable pirate ship. Sea of Thieves is very much a living game, with developer Rare continually improving it with free quests and updates. There's the Hungering Deep expansion, which introduces the monstrous Megalodon free of charge, and on July 31st we've got Cursed Sails, which features devious skeleton crews to battle on the high seas. And then there's Forsaken Shores after that, introducing a long-lost chain of volcanic islands, so you've got plenty to occupy you. To be honest, all I need is a bottle of grog, an accordion, and I'm happy. Oh, it's worth mentioning too that this game is on Xbox Game Pass, so if you've got a subscription, you can download it at no extra charge. Now onto a game with loads more land in, it's State of Decay 2. In fact, I'm not even sure there are any seas here at all, but there are plenty of thieves in this sandbox zombie apocalypse. Thieves, you want to take all your stuff, but the aim of the game is to go out into the world and find stuff to stockpile at your base, and then arm yourself with grenades and shotguns so no one takes the stuff, and recruit buddies to accompany you on stuff-getting runs into zombie-infested territory so you can bring back even more stuff, until you've got so much stuff that you've developed your modest home into a proper fortress of stuff. It's an addictive hook, and over 2 million people are playing it, so you really don't want to miss out if you like things such as slamming your car door into a zombie at high speed and drop-kicking numerous undead in the face. Plus, out now is the Independence DLC pack that brings with it 3 Independence Day themed vehicles, the Pyro Hawk, the Burninator and the Meat Wagon, a trio of melee weapons in the Freedom Ringer, Grillmeister and Barbecue Fork, and even a fireworks crafting station. It's also fallen in price this week, which might just be the best week of your life. And if you've got Game Pass, you can already download State of Decay 2 right now at no additional cost. Yep, this is the best week. On to COD World War II now, and not many people know this, but I am a noted World War II historian, and I have written many books, and some members of my family have even called me the toast of the history world, so you can trust me that I tell you that this campaign is as gripping a World War II experience as you'll find. I mean, it's not that authentic because you'll do things like single-handedly kill hundreds of men, and when it gets too scary you can turn it off and go to sleep, but it is definitely more interesting than my history books, apart from my pop-up one, which can get pretty intense at times. But most people play COD World War II for the co-op zombies mode and multiplayer. Both bring back what's best about online COD. In the competitive multiplayer, you pick your class and skirmish across arenas like French towns, Russian cities, and even a battleship, all whilst earning points to cool down loot crates stuffed with cosmetics like gun skins, call signs, and soldier apparel, just as our forefathers did all those years ago. I remember my great-granddad telling me all about the time just after Normandy when he opened a loot crate and there was a rare emote inside, and after that he dabbed all the way to Paris. He earned a Purple Heart for that and many friend requests. Far Cry 5 is one of the year's biggest shooters, stuffing biplanes, flamethrowers, insane cults, and fishing into its gorgeous open world of Montana. I've completed it already, so if you've not, my advice is to grab Far Cry 5 now whilst this deal is on and use that money you saved to pick up the Ace DLC that recently came out, Lost on Mars. It's a story featuring jetpacks, lasers, and alien bugs. You play as the pilot Nick Rye, who you actually team up with in the main game, and visit Mars to prevent an alien invasion. It's quite a change from fighting religious nuts and angry bears, as here you have to carve through a swarm of alien bugs on the red planet. Here there are enemies that can dig into the ground and attack, so it's best to jump around from rock to rock, but if you'd rather take a more stylish approach, your gravity belt lets you fly for short amounts of time, which creates opportunities for aerial gunfights. Oh, and get this, you know Herc, a running character in the Far Cry series? He also shows up in the Lost on Mars DLC as a head in a jar. If Far Cry 5 wasn't mad enough, grab the game and its DLC now, and then grab your own face in amazement. It's been a long hot summer, and if you're still yet to have a succulent chicken dinner that you can shove into everyone's faces on social media, then now's your chance. Battle Royale games are everywhere at the moment, and you can't turn on your Xbox One without being pitted against 99 people in a fight to the death. Whilst PUBG wasn't the first game to ever do it, it certainly brought Battle Royale style gaming to the centre of everyone's attention. Hide, snipe, or all-out gunfire your way to victory in this tense affair, where every move you make could be your last. Have you got the nerve to bring home a chicken dinner? Only one way to find out. Almost a year on from Assassin's Creed Origins release, there's now a load of DLC, so if like me you've already sunk 50 hours into the game and beamed up to that big spaceship at the end, I'm kidding about the spaceship by the way, then grab this deal on AC Origins. The DLC isn't reduced like the main game is, but it's worth picking up because it's amazing, like the Curse of the Pharaohs expansion that takes you on a haunting trip to the afterlife where you encounter undead pharaohs and ancient Egyptian myths. The story sees Bayek travel to the bustling city of Thebes, which is a hub for trade and beautiful monuments featuring great temples, lush gardens, ornate architecture, and people going, "Why is that man climbing on my shop?" Or you could hit up the Hidden Ones DLC, where in 38 BC, after the events of the main game, Bayek travels to the Sinai Peninsula and gets entangled in a conflict between occupying Roman forces and a rebel faction. That's why you should always read the Yelp reviews before travelling to the Sinai Peninsula. But anyway, pick up the reduced AC Origins now and use the money you saved to grab those unmissable DLC packs. Come on, your eagle pal Senu's not going to wait all day. The upcoming Forza Horizon 4 might be set in my beloved Britain, but Forza 7's dedicated motorsport courses are the perfect place to grease your wheels. Few things are more exciting than revving your engine and slamming straight up the Maple Valley course. Honestly, it's such a classic route from the Forza series that I just love each and every Maple Valley I come across. I mean, who wouldn't want to spend an afternoon fully immersed in such a marvellous location? Another thing I absolutely love about Forza 7 is the insane amount of detail that goes into everything. From the tracks to the weather to the cockpits, everything looks incredible. Bravo Turn 10 Studios. For an extra challenge, try mastering the courses when it's been raining. They'll be extra wet and extra slippery, but if you grip that throttle and burn the rubber, you're sure to come first. If you're after a tense and tactical shooter to get into, you can't do much better than Rainbow Six Siege, still going strong after its 2015 release. It's basically an explosive game of hide and seek, as one team hunkers down in the room of a mansion, embassy or bunker, and the other team attempts to breach their defenses and eliminate them. No matter how many times I play it, it's still so tense as you hear your opponents on the other side of a thin wall, knowing that it's all about to pop off. I know it's coming, but I get surprised every time. Yeah, I'm pretty dumb. There's a ton of operators to play as, each with unique skills ranging from pop-up shields to radar jammers to a massive sledgehammer, and the environmental destruction is a sight to see as each surface shatters and breaks just like you'd think it would. By the end of the match, stages look like they've been hit by a turbo earthquake. A great time for all involved, apart from the roommate. It's a great time to be a first-person shooter fan, especially if you like your shooting to come with a helping of competitive multiplayer, because Titanfall 2 has some of the most lightning-fast, blink and you'll miss it action this side of a Usain Bolt magic trick. The idea is you choose your Titan, whether quick and nimble or a hulking beast, and clash on the battlefields of alien worlds. You really get the sense that you're a towering hunk of metal, but without sacrificing any of the speed. And it's amazing how they manage to make it fun even when you eject from your Titan, as soldiers can jetpack and wall ride with an increased parkour skill. I like the fact online games have AI bots in them because it gives me something to shoot when I'm not doing very well, which is often. If artificial intelligence ever gets smart and rises up against us, this is why. Oh, and if you're more into single-player experiences, Titanfall 2 has one of the best in recent memory. Each stage introduces a new and insane concept, like time travel or world rotating, so you're always kept well and truly on your robot toes. If you're not a member of Xbox Live Gold yet, you can join the club this week with a stupidly good deal. With an Xbox Live Gold account, not only do you get a selection of games each month you can download for free, but you can also save up to 10% more on all of these deals you've just seen. So upgrade to Gold and come and play online with me. Here's a deal that gives you access to over 150 games for 3 months for a low price. I mean, that probably worked out as a few pennies per game or something. I don't know, maybe not. I'm not a mathematician, okay? The great thing about Game Pass is it caters to many different needs, from AAAs to indie titles to fighting games to sport and action adventure. There's something for everyone. You also download the game onto your console, so no awkward streaming or buffering involved. And to top it all off, every Xbox exclusive comes to Game Pass the day of release. We've already had Sea of Thieves and State of Decay 2, and can look forward to Forza Horizon 4, Crackdown 3 and more. For that price, this is basically the deal of the century. So there we have it, the Xbox Summer Sale. There are so many good deals, so do let me know in the comments what you're going to be picking up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!